Hi guys, this is Vivek Mishra. Welcome to Study IS. As you all know, in this series of a super fast polity, I'm back with another topic, and today's topic I will be discuss on the directive principle of the state policy. So, first of all, you should know what is directive principle of the state policy and what its significance. So, if I talk about its importance, so to the aim of the established in India or a country where the ideals of not only the political democracy remains but also a social and economic democracy have been realized in the reality. So that's why, according to, if I talk about what is the significance, according to the MC Setalward, he was the former Attorney General of India. So according to the MC Setalward, first of all, they are the like of an instrument of instructions. So it will always guide to the future Indian government. So it is a instrument of instruction. If I talk about the another kind of significance or merit, so and the most important ones, this DPSP enables the opposition to exercise their influence or control over the operations of the government, because the opposition can blame the ruling party on the government on the ground that its activity are opposed to the directives. So that's why ये बहुत ही important part हो जाता है. Just because this is enables the opposition to exercise the influence in the government, raising the question, can blame the ruling party on the ground of that their activities are not in according to the DPSP. So this is one of the most important significant or important importance of the directive principle of the state policy, as we know. If you told me that sum up the directive principle of the state policy in one word, so I will sum up like this: that DPSP or directive principle of the state policy is the future fundamental right. Yes, that's why I'm saying, because the directive principle of the state policy, the article which are provided in this section, in this part, so that if you go through the articles which is drawn in this part, so you will realize that all the matters which are secured in this in these article under the part 4 of the constitution, so that is almost relevant for the human existence, and that is we can say, at that time when the constitution was made, at that time there was some kind of issues were already there. So because of that reason, our constitution maker were unable to mobilize these kind of directive these kind of rights at that time, so they are put it on as the directive, so that in the future era, in the future time, when the future government will make any kind of policies or laws for people of the country, at that times while making the policies, they have to keep in mind all the times the directive principle of the state policy, that what was the idea of the country according to the constitution makers and the constitution itself. Okay, so if I talk about the background of this directive principle of the state policy, so as you all know, there was a subpro committee was appointed by the all party conference in the 1944, and according to this party, they submitted their report in 1945 there, where they made a provision there should be a two kind of rights provided in the constitution, है ना. So one is the justiciable and second one is the non-justiciable. So as you all know that I have already taught, and you have we have covered the fundamental rights. So one is the fundamental rights, which is obviously justiciable in nature, and the second and the another other thing is other right is a directive principle of the state policy, which is a non-justiciable in the nature. Okay, so it is, I have told now earlier in the previous slides, that it is the basically instrument of instruction according to the MC Setalwad, the former Attorney General of India, and I have just told you that it is a non-justiciable according to the committee's recommendation, that there must be a two kind of rights should be provided, and one is a justiciable, no, and second one is a non-justiciable. And the most important thing, it's a positive nature. What is it's a positive nature? As I am going to be talk about the different articles which is provided under this part, so you will know that this all these article is a basically is a optimistic in the nature or a positive in the nature, where they are giving a kind of a solution for implementing some kind of laws or policies. So it is a positive in the nature, ठीक है ना. Now if I talk about some important facts, so first of all you should know that it is inserted in the part 4 of the constitution itself. पार्ट 4 में ये दिया गया है फ्रॉम आर्टिकल 36. एज यू ऑल नो 35 तक हमने बात की थी फंडामेंटल राइट्स के बारे में, तो ऑब्वियसली 36 से 51 तक इसे सिक्योर किया गया है एज अ डीपीएसपी. सो वी हैव टेकन दिस आइडिया ऑफ द डीपीएसपी फ्रॉम द आयरिश कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, एंड पर्टिकुलरली इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द आयरिश कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फ्रॉम इन आयरिश कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फ्रॉम वेयर दे हैव टेकन द DPSP concept, so they have taken from the Spain or Spanish constitution, we can say. Okay, got it. Now if I talk about some more important fact of this DPSP, so you should know that the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, of course the great man, according to him this is the novel feature of the Constitution of India. If the one of the most novel feature we have to say according to the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, so that is only the part 4 of the Constitution, directive principle of the state policy. Got it. So particularly now I have told you what was the main important facts, that it is the instrument of instructions where the all the kind of instructions according to the future or positive nature, optimistic natures are provided. And then it is a non-justiciable. Of course non-justiciable means that you are not authorized to go for any court of law for enforcing these kind of law articles. Okay. So on behalf of these articles which is provided under the DPSP, you are not authorized to go for any court of law for implementing these articles. Okay. Now if I talk about, I have already told you that it is a positive nature, and one of the most important thing that it is a binding for the government. Yes, yes, this is the binding for the governments while implementing the any kind of law or policies. So first of all, coming to the article 36, which basically defines the word state. So you must know that what the exact way I have discussed in the previous lectures of the fundamental rights, as you all know that the article 12 of the part 3 under the fundamental rights, there was a detailed definition of the state as a described, and that is the same definition will consider into this part under part 4. So here you should know that the definition of the state as the part 3 is the same under the article 36. Got it? Now if I talk about particularly what the article 37 says, the most important one, just I have told you about this, that the direction, it gives the direction to the legislature, means the parliament or the state legislature we can say, or the executive wing means the we can say the member of parliament in the central level or the in the state level, they are the member of legislative assembly, yani MLAs. Okay, so it basically gives the direction to the legislature and the executive wings of the government, okay, while formulating the laws and the policies. And just I have told you that it is the article what I have told you in the earlier, that the DPSP's motto is a basically is a providing a guidance or giving a directive to the government or the legislature executive wings to while formulating the laws. So while implementing any kind of laws or policies, they have to keep in mind the directive principle of the state policy, and the exact statement is a derived under the article 37. So yaad rakhna, 36 defines the same definition of the state as the part 3 of under article 12. Article 37 itself says about the whole aim of the DPSP, like it is the directives which the government will have to keep in mind while formulating any kind of policies. Got it? Again, I have told you in earlier the significance and the importance of the DPSP. So its aim is to basically the establish not only the political but as well as the social and economic democracy, where the three kind of injustice provided to every citizen of the country. Okay, got it? So before coming to the next article from the article 38, so most one of the part, so you should know that we can divide these article into the three ideology basically. First is the socialistic ideology, or we can say a principle. So yeah, first is the socialistic, second one is the Gandhian, and the third one is the liberal intellectual. Okay, so coming to the next article, article 38, which says that the state shall try to promote what? Social order, where the justice, as I told you earlier, social, economic, political, याद रखना तीनों, social, economic and political. अगर क्वेश्चन आता है कि what is the aim of the DPSP. So for one of the most important aim of the DPSP is to provide not only the political but also the social and economic. As you all know, the political rights are provided by the fundamental rights. So social and economic justice is provided by the DPSP. So the state shall try to promote what? Social order, where the justice, social, economic and political prevails in all the institution of the country. Got it? और साथ ही साथ it will eliminate what? Inequalities of status, facilities, opportunities, and reduce the income inequalities. If I have to compare the income base difference, yeah, so we can say that 50% of the wealth or more than that are come into the few peoples of the country only, and the remains are for the larger section of the society will remains on that part. And this is the socialistic principle. If I move to the article 39, so all the citizens including the men and the women equally, याद रखना दोनों को बराबर, must have the right to means of livelihood. All the citizen men and women equally must have the provide the right to means of livelihood. And article 39 clause b says that equal distribution of material resources. Few peoples are already consolidate material resources of the country, and that should be equally distributed to all according to the article 39 clause b, है ना. तो आर्टिकल 39 क्लॉज बी के थ्रू ये कहा जा रहा है कि जो मटेरियल रिसोर्सेज है कंट्री का वो सबके लिए समान होना चाहिए, जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ कि कंट्री में सब रहते हैं, कंट्री सबकी है, भारत सबका है, यहाँ के रिसोर्सेज सबके लिए होने चाहिए, सभी सिटीजन्स के लिए होने चाहिए. आर्टिकल 39 क्लॉज सी सेज that prevention from the concentration of the wealth and the production. ठीक है ना. अगेन द सेम चीज, इफ वी कैन से केंद्रीकरण, यानी जो संपत्ति का केंद्रीकरण होता है, प्रोडक्शन का केंद्रीकरण होता है, किसी बहुत कम मतलब कुछ ही लोगों के पास बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं ना. तो सपोज अगर हम एग्जांपल के तौर पे देखें तो मुकेश अंबानी, रिलायंस इंडस्ट्री, उनकी नॉट रिलायंस इंडस्ट्री हर क्षेत्र में लगभग अपने अपने काम कर रही है आज के डेट में, तो दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विस इन एवरी सेक्टर. so in that case we can say that in all the sectors they are concentration, they are moving towards the concentration of wealth or production. It is a kind of, so article 39 clause c it prevents from the concentration of the wealth and the production. so इससे इसका बचाव के लिए article 39 कहता है. and these articles article 39 याद रखना कि ये भी socialistic principle में आता है. ठीक है. now coming to the article 39 clause d, इसमें 6 राइट्स हैं 39 में, याद रखना, एक एक करके याद रख लेना. दिस इज द क्रिस्प ऑफ द आर्टिकल्स. इफ यू गो थ्रू द एम लक्ष्मीकांत और एनी बुक, you will find that a long explanation about these kind of articles, but I will provide you the crisp of these articles. You can download the PDF from the our Telegram channel and go through the once after the reading, after watching this video and after reading the M Lakshmikant for once, and then go for the this PDF as your revision notes, and that is all. As far as concerning about the answer writing, so what I am teaching you in the section, particular sections, you have to do that. Try to write it down on your A4 size paper, and within 8 to 9 minutes you have to write some kind of a question, previous year question. Take a previous year questions and then write it down according to the syllabus, according to the topics. Okay. Now, so coming to the next article I was talking about, so the article 39 clause d says equal pay for equal work, yani again men's and women's should be treated equally. Suppose if a man is working for 8 hours, he is getting some kind of suppose 200 rupees a day. On the other hand, if the women are working for the same time, so she will also get the same amount of money. Okay. Like 200 rupees. So equal pay for equal work, men and women should be treated equally. Now coming to the next clause of the article 39, so article 39 basically talks about the preservation of the health and the strength of the worker, tender age of the child from the forcible abuse. जितनी भी हमारी इंडस्ट्रीज हो गए हैं वहाँ पे जो प्रिकॉशंस लिए जाते हैं हेल्थ के और वर्कर्स के जो हेल्थ होती है उसके लिए, आपने देखा ही होगा बहुत सारे लॉज भी इससे रिलेटेड बने हैं. तो उसमें क्या एनवायरनमेंट प्रोवाइड कराया गया है, अगर कोई बच्चा है तो उसे कोई फोर्सेबल काम एब्यूज नहीं करवाया जा रहा है, उसका शोषण नहीं हो रहा है. सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द क्लॉज एफ ऑफ द आर्टिकल 39, सो इट विल प्रोवाइड द अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर व्हाट, हेल्दी डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन, For example, we have a Child Labor and the Protection and the Regulation Act. Recently in 2016 we have got, or we have amended. So according to these kind of laws, we have already implemented DPSP, which is provided under the 39F clause. So which says about the healthy development of the children's, means according to, as you all know, the Child Labor Protection Regulation Act, which is providing that below the 14 or adolescent level of the 14 to 18 children's are prohibited to work any hazardous places, factory or chemical or mining or these kind of places. So the basically this is providing a healthy development of the children. On the other hand, they are providing that on the with the Right to Education Act, the development, healthy development, their education must be given to the child, as you all know. We have discussed already in the fundamental rights section. So basically this article says about this. Now coming to moving to the next article, Article 39A. What is A? As I told you earlier in the previous lectures, that if you are finding somewhere that there is a article written in a capital letter, so you already know that that is added in somewhere after the any amendments. Okay, so the Article 39 clause A were added in the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Okay, and it was basically providing free legal aid, as I told you in the sections, that if there is a case where a one person is in the, suppose, is accused, so in that case, if he is refuses to uh, means go for any legal support, that he has no money, also he don't know any kind of a lawyer, so in that case, as you all know, I have discussed this, that there must be a state will provide the legal aid or a legal lawyer, which is known as the public prosecutor for them, just because of there is a question on the right to life. It was added basically in the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976 only. Moving to the next article, Article 40, the one of the most important article of the TPSP, if I have to mention, then this is the Article 40. This says is basically that organize the village panchayats across all over the India. What does it means? Basically, this is the Gandhian principle. गांधी जी क्या चाहते थे कि हमारी जो पंचायत हो, ग्राम पंचायत हैं, उनके लेवल पे काम होना चाहिए, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन होना चाहिए, सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट होना चाहिए. समझ रहे हो? If somebody is sitting on the Delhi itself, okay, and he is trying to communicate from somebody situated in the Kerala or a remote area of the Chhattisgarh or a Jharkhand, we can see, then how can you imagine that somebody who is situated in a Delhi can control all over the activities which is done a part of the country? So in that situation, there must be a transfer of the powers should be taken, and that is already have been taken in the previous amendments. 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, we have taken self government, means panchayati raj institutions, and then 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, we have taken the urban areas like municipalities and the nagar nigam or ye nagar palikaएं, nagar panchayat, these kind of institutions we have got from these kind of amendment acts. So we can say the Article 40 was the idea behind providing the this kind of institution to the India, or a dilution of powers, which is centrally, as you all know, the vertical dilution of powers is come from the center to the state, and the state to the uh, mm, different kind of a self government, means the panchayati raj, district boards, or nagar nigam, municipalities, these kind of institutions. Now if I'll talk about the Article 41, as you remember, if you remember the last lecture, we have discussed about the Article 41 and 45 when we discussed about the Article 21A, right to education. So at that time I have also mentioned that there is a Article 41 which says the right to education. So particularly if I talk about, so Article 41 is a basically talks about the right to work, that there must be a right to work provided by the state, there must be a right to education provided by the state. अब यहाँ पे एक क्वेश्चन उठ रहा है, बताओ कि अगर ठीक है राइट टू वर्क, राइट टू एजुकेशन, इट इज मस्ट बी प्रोवाइडेड बाय द स्टेट. अब सपोज भारत के पास पैसे ही नहीं हो, क्योंकि एट दैट टाइम जब यहाँ पे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनता है, उसके बाद उस समय तो भारत गरीब था, आज भी है पर उतना नहीं है, बट जैसे जैसे उस टाइम ग्रोथ हो रही है हमारी, तो हम ठीक लेवल पे जा रहे हैं। लेकिन अगर हम बात करें कि अगर सपोज स्टेट के पास पैसे ही नहीं है, सपोज एनीथिंग, इफ सपोज देयर इज अ नो मनी और दो नो रिसोर्सेज इज अवेलेबल फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग राइट टू वर्क और एजुकेशन टू ऑल, देन क्या होगा? आप कह सकते हो कि आर्टिकल 41 में लिखा है, हालांकि ये इन्फोर्सेबल नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी तो उसके लिए एक केस समझना होगा। वन केस वाज देयर, ऑलगेटलिस एनजीओ वर्सेस अ बीएमसी, है ना, in a 1986. This case is a basically known as the dwellers payment case, as you all go for the Google and search the dwellers payment case. Okay, then you'll find that in that case Supreme Court interpret this article and said that government must provide the right to work or education, but only within the limit, means only within the limit of its economic capacity and development. मतलब अगर हमारी लिमिट है, हमारे पास पावर है, हमारे पास इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट ऑलरेडी है, इतनी हमारी क्षमता है, तभी हम प्रोवाइड कराएंगे, अदरवाइज नहीं। विद इन द लिमिट, अगर हमारे पास रिसोर्स ही नहीं है, अब हम बोलेंगे अपनी पैर चादर से पैर ज्यादा फैला लो, तो ये कहाँ से हो पाएगा? So it is impossible. So Supreme Court interpreted and said that government or states must be provided the right to work, but within the limit of its economic capacity and the development. Got it? Now, various different examples are available. Just one of the most important, Manrega, unskilled work is provided to a person. So we have an example of this article, that right to work, that Manrega, right to education, for we have a right to education, of course, itself, right to education act we have taken. And also this article talks about the public assistance for the old age seekers and the disablement, means जो वृद्ध लोग हैं, जो बीमार लोग हैं, और साथ ही साथ जो दिव्यांग लोग हैं, इन्हें भी पब्लिक असिस्टेंट प्रोवाइड कराया जाएगा बाय द स्टेट। सो इसके लिए भी हमने कई सारे लॉज को इम्प्लीमेंट किया है। द गवर्नमेंट हैव बीन ऑलरेडी टेकन lots of scheme or laws there. Some kind of schemes is already, as you all know, Atal Pension Yojana is provided to for the old age person, and there is a Ayushman Bharat as one of the core scheme of the one of the most important scheme of the Narendra Modi government. As you all know, it is also known as the Modi Care. This was in the news recently. So in that scheme, I think 5 lakhs of insurance, health insurance is provided to the particular person. So these are the already some of the policies or the laws implemented according to this article only. Coming to the next article, article 42. So it says that to make a provision for the just and the human condition of the work, maternity relief. Okay, it says that you have just make an environment for a environment there must be a shadow provided to the workers, and there must be a creatures provided to the young children of the workers, है ना, and there must be a maternity relief provided to the pregnant women. So as you all know, there are a kind of laws implemented already. Now coming to the next article. So coming to the next article, the article 43 says that the living wages for the workers, decent standard of life, and the social and the cultural opportunities for the all the workers. अब इसका मतलब क्या है? लिविंग वेजेस ऑफ द वर्कर्स मतलब जितना जीने के लिए अनिवार्य है, एक डिसेंट स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लाइफ होनी चाहिए। सोशल एंड कल्चरल अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर ऑल वर्कर्स मतलब आप सभी जानते होंगे कि संडे को हॉलीडे रहता है। हालांकि एक कैसा अभी जोक चल रहा है व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में कि अब तो पूरा दिन ही पूरे हफ्ते में 7 दिन संडे हो रहा है, बट जोक्स अपार्ट, तो जो संडे को ये छुट्टी दी जाती है, इट इज़ अ बेसिकली सोशल अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर द ऑल द वर्कर्स कि एक दिन आप आराम करेंगे, एज वेल एज कल्चरल अपॉर्चुनिटीज, जितने भी हॉलीडेज होते हैं मतलब रिलीजन डेज पे, जैसे आप सभी जानते हैं, है ना, दशहरे पे छुट्टी होती है। सो दिस काइंड ऑफ दशहरे पे होती है, ईद पे होती है, तो इस टाइप के जितने भी कल्चरल अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, सोशल अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, इसमें सभी को समान देखा जाए, छुट्टियां प्रोवाइड कराई जाए। सो दिस आर्टिकल बेसिकली सेज दैट। Now, also the promote cottage industry, Gandhian principle it is basically. Now again coming to the article 43A. So फिर से ये कैपिटल आ गया, याद रखना ये बाद में ऐड हुआ था। As I highlighted this article that it was added again for the in the same 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So it says basically take a step to secure the participation of the workers in the management of the industry. So there is must be a provision for the participation of the workers in the management of the industry is basically added in the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, now don't worry, I will cover if you have a doubt related to the examples of these kind of articles. So then I will be a separate to make a video on these kind of examples of this article, and particularly I will mention the different kind of examples related to the particular articles. Okay, so don't worry, I will provide you also, and you can download the PPT of this these videos and go for the revision after watching this video. Okay, so now coming to the article 44. So as you all know, I have yesterday I have told you the uniform civil code. Article 44 provides a basically uniform civil code where there must be a national uniform civil code or a national law equal for the all the religion, all the persons, all the citizens of the country irrespective of the religions, caste, creed. So thanks for the day, and if you like this video, so hit the like button, and if you have any doubt, so write it down on the comment section below. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. सो टिल देन टेक केयर, बाय बाय.